Good evening, everybody. And if you're just tuning in live, thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Laura Lee Potvin, and you are watching UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio Network. You can listen to us on 105.3 FM and out of Mississippi and 107.7 FM out of the beautiful city of New Orleans, Louisiana. And we're going to do things a little different tonight. Hang on, I'm grabbing my banner. Had a lot to deal with before, but we're here. So this is the thing at the foot of the bed, but this is the last night for the show. Respectfully, the previous host that I had with me has asked that we not say their name or be affiliated in any way, so I will respect that and definitely send them love and nothing but the best for them. Also, I have a surprise for you. Now, they're going to be joining me very shortly, but we had been working on this behind the scenes for a while. Hi, Mish. Nice to see you here. You're over in the future, so don't know if you celebrate or not, but anybody around the world that's listening, happy Good Friday and happy Easter weekend. A little bit about myself. I am a psychic medium and crystal Reiki energy healer, Akashic Records practitioner, spiritual teacher, and mentor. Hello, Michelle DeRoche. We got to give her a huge shout out because she's going to be up right after this with the second night of the Outer Realm, and she's also our station manager. So welcome. And like I said, we're going to do things a little different tonight. I told you a little bit about myself. I do have a show on the network, a second show called The Angel Rock, live Mondays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Monday night, I do know that, I haven't confirmed with him, but I know he'll be there. We're going to be having Chris Lafera back on to continue his conversation with us about the things that he's been through. And he was part of one of the boys of Montauk. He's been at Camp Hope. So I'm looking forward to that. And I know you guys always love when he's on. I think this is his third time being on. So we're going to get into his story. I'm hoping we can get more into about the Montauk chair, as well as some of his experience with, he says, time travel, going through portals, all kinds of things like that. Let me say hi. The other thing I want to tell you guys too, I'm still going to do our intro a bit here. We've got, let's see, Connie Martins. Hello. We got Lisa Martinello. Hi, everybody. Welcome. So we're going to continue tonight. I'm just waiting for the person that's joining me. You can't wait till Monday. Yay! I know, Connie, you love Chris. I know you've bought his book, and you've always been a big cheerleader for Chris. I know he appreciates that, as do I. I know there's other people out there that are listening and haven't maybe necessarily been able to share how they feel about the book. But I have seen that the people that have bought his book have really, really enjoyed it, and it's really opened their eyes. So if you guys want to watch, let me start over. I've got a million things going through my mind right now. Let me start over. If you guys can't see us, you can't join the conversation. You're seeing me say hello to many people that are here, because 80% of our audience is audio only. So I always say, if you can't see us, you can't join the conversation, and we would love to have you join the conversation. This network's been around for 25 plus years, and potentially it can be reached in every country in the world, depending on who's listening. So hi, Michelle Wilfon. So how you can join the conversation, there's various different places, such as my own Facebook profile, the network Facebook, which is UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio Network. We're also on LinkedIn under my name. My YouTube channel, The Angel Rock with Laura Lee Potvin. Don't forget that our main YouTube channel for the network is now UFO Gods and Extraterrestrials. We are on the network's Twitch channel. We are streaming over on Instagram on The Angel Rock. I got to pop back and forth to check comments because they don't put them here. And we are also on my Rumble channel, which is under Mystique 1508. So if you can see us, you can join the conversation. Now, you guys, if you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends and family about our network. We have many shows on the network, and we've got a lot coming up in the future that's coming. So get excited about that. So I got to just check in one thing. Checking in with my guest. I know she's coming, so I will hit her up in a minute if we don't see her. Mish says, well, 3. Oh, yeah, there is 3 Michelles here. I just realized that. But like I said, if you like what you see, please share with everybody, because it's not all just UFO and paranormal on here. We do stream multiple shows daily, 7 days a week. And when we're not streaming live, the archive server kicks in and randomly picks shows over the 25 plus years this network's been around. So we're basically live 24/7, and there's some pretty good shows that have either been retired. That's what will happen with this show. But I promise you, we have something very exciting, very cool coming. And it was a last minute decision, and they're going to join me. I'll leave it until they do. But yeah, I think you guys are going to love it when you see what's coming. Don't forget that the network does have a TV channel. It's Roku. So where you're going to go is the channel store, type in UFO space P as in paranormal, and you're looking for the drop down list. We're about the third or fourth one down, and you're looking for UFO Paranormal and United Public Radio. So that's how you can find us. I may have to message them. I'll let them know, because they may be very politely waiting, but they will be coming as I'm talking. Oh, there they are. I just see, never fails. So I'm going to say hi to Howie. Hi to Julie Jean Bassett. There she is. I'm going to pull her on. You know her very well. This is the last minute that we're doing this.
It is.
It is. So I was just rambling here, I'm looking everywhere. I was just about to message you. So you guys, if you don't know her, I'm sure you do. This is Carrie Lynn Shellhorn. And I'll let you talk, because I'm talking about you. Tell people all about yourself and your show.
Hello, everybody. So thanks for joining Laura Lee and I tonight. We have some fun and exciting things to share with you guys. Yeah, so things to look forward to. So if you are new to just meeting me, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I'm a psychic medium based out of Ontario, Canada. I am the host with Spirit Switchboard on our UPRN UFO Paranormal Radio Network. And hanging out tonight, and we've got some fun things to share. I missed the first few minutes, so I'm really sorry. I was trying to get the dogs.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just getting the dogs settled.
All I was going to say is I didn't start anything, and I was just kind of settling in and then keeping an eye on different things, and I was kind of distracted. So I'm glad that you're here. So do you want to start, or shall I? You go ahead, because you know what? Carrie Lynn is amazing. We've been talking about doing this for a long time, working on it behind the scenes. And so this is what the previous show that is now being retired is transitioning into. So go ahead, Carrie Lynn, because you're the best voice with it.
So Laura Lee and I have always just had such a great friendship and connection. And every time we do a show together, it just drives really well. So we have talked about, if an opening came on the network, would we want to do that and work together and have a show together? And that's what we're doing. We are doing a show together on Thursday evenings. Tonight is a little faster than maybe what we were first prepared for, but we have actually we have almost 2 months worth of things sort of organized, in the segments that we're going to host for you guys. I know it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm just going to pull something up for you guys. Hi, Howie. Hi, Mish, Contessa. Michelle, thank you for...
He's here, I know. And I kept seeing all these people popping in, and I'm waiting, and then I sounded like I was a little distracted.
Contessa
and even
Martin.
I changed a bit, because you guys kind of know who we are. I still will tell you my usual intro, probably on the intro, but you're going to want to make every moment of the show. So go ahead. And Carrie Lynn designed this. I love it. Love it. Love it.
So I just wanted to share this part, just so you guys can see what's happening. So I think that this is the one that I want to do first.
Hi, Jackie. I am grabbing my photos, I think. So is that where I want it? I'll find it. So there you go. There you go.
So Thursday evenings, we are going to be the hosts of Beneath the Hollow Moon. This is moving forward. Our Thursday lineup is Beneath the Hollow Moon, which Look at us and how cute that
The
looks.
purple hair. We should show them the first AI one that I did, and I don't know how to use AI. For some reason, they put glasses on Carrie Lynn.
And if you can call it up, that's fun because it totally
Okay.
embraced the squirrel on Red Bull that I am.
And me too.
Yeah, which is so fun.
I'll pull it up while we're talking. Everybody's hi, Joanna Garvey McNally. Michelle Wilfong says, I love it. Awesome. There was somebody else that popped in here that I missed. I know I did. Hang on. Where are you? If I missed you, please say hi again. I will pull it up while we're talking. Do you want to? I love what Carrie Lynn, her strength. She has it like names, hashtags. So please share kind of what we came up with, and I'll pull up the AI one.
Do you want to? So I don't. Do you want to share all of it, or we can just kind of wing it tonight? And
Sure.
our intro. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank
That
you,
means
Michelle.
that means a lot, actually, because we all hold you up like, oh.
Yes. And this literally was done last minute. So we said, but you know what? We had enough to talk about what the show's about, the concept, and I think it's like something that we've never seen, at least not on this network. Would you agree?
Well, I'm not really sure. To be honest, there's so many shows on our network, and we highly encourage you to check them out. uprntalkradio.com to see all the different shows, and there's new shows always coming on. So the archive shows are there as well too. So there's something for everyone. With this, we have our separate shows as well too. Laura Lee has the Angel Rock on Mondays, and I have Spirit Switchboard tomorrow night. Joni Templeton Skinner, so with the Rift Nation Network, she is going to be on tomorrow night. And Laura, we have our guests, and we have different things that we have happening on those. So this will get to be deep diving down conspiracy theories. Things that interest us as well too. We are going to have a weekly part of our show where we would like your submissions. So if you've got some unexplained story, you have an experience, there's a ghost story, whatever it is, we would love for you to contact us. Send it to us, and we are going to read a listener submission each week where you get to be a part of the show. We are going to do a regular segment as well too, centered around, because we are beneath the hollow moon, which I love that title so much. So because we are beneath the hollow moon, we are going to have a focus moon related, as close to the full moon every month as well too. So if you have some moon-related theories, conspiracy theories, things that you would like us to focus on, please let us know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we also, people, I got to read these comments. So Michelle said, just because you guys, thank you for being so kind and supportive. So Michelle said, love you both and thank you. But Michelle also added, I don't know where I went with the comments here, sorry. She said there's more coming, which is awesome. We do have more coming. We have shows. I love what Connie says. She goes, sorry, I didn't highlight. She goes, Christmas came early. So
That's how I was feeling too. I was so excited. And we really were trying to be patient to see when that opening would happen for us to be able to collaborate, right?
Yes.
New shows all the time. So we are excited about how the network is expanding and that we get to be a part of that we are also part of the new offerings that are coming for you guys to enjoy.
So Michelle says, Mish says, this is awesome. And then Michelle DeRoche says, I love it too. Great title. And she says, we've got all kinds of new shows coming, and we do. So, yeah.
So next week we were really feeling like next week was going to be our first segment. So we're just going to have like an open mic and talk about some of the things that are, if you've got questions for us and things like that, maybe we'll figure that out in a second, where we'll get a little running banner where you can email or connect us, send us your stories. And some of the things that we were going to...
I found it finally. I've been looking and paper is coming too, Michelle says.
Oh, how exciting is that?
Okay, I finally found it. I was like, where did it go? It's like it magically disappeared.
Right.
Talking about the strange and unusual. Okay, so you guys, please be kind, because I have no clue what I'm doing with AI at all. And I ended up trying this. All I did was put a description into Chat GPT. It's so dark, and put a description. Let's get spooky, kind of around the campfire kind of things. And
that's the vibe.
Picture of you. Sorry, go ahead. What did you say?
Oh, that's the vibe. We want beneath the hollow moon, campfire, creepy, and storytelling.
I put a beautiful picture of you in there, and this is the picture that they did. It's so bad. So it says beneath the hollow moon. I'll make it. Oh, it didn't want to make it bigger, so that you can see our faces. And put glasses on you. I don't know why.
It just has this "what are you talking about, Carrie Lynn" look.
Yes. Sorry, guys. I know.
So funny.
So
next week we're going to talk about the hollow moon, though. We are going to talk about the hollow moon theory next week, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And then like I say, it was nice, right, when you get together and you kind of do, some brainstorming and put your minds together. And, we have many conversations off air too, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's so many things we've wanted to talk about and look at. Like, we were so on the page. It's like, how about this? Oh my gosh, yes. So should we give them a few ideas of some of the stuff that we've looked at, or what do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I know. Well, like hollow moon, we're going to start with the hollow moon, which I really didn't know a whole heck of a lot about, like any of that.
I told you a little bit. I know that.
You did. And that's the point, right? Like, we are going to have this like structure where you guys can engage in the conversation still as well too. But we're going to talk about presenting our stories, sharing the stories, and then sharing a theory. Why is this potentially something that is happening? How can that happen? Did you know part? We're going to break it down. So like, did you know? So we can give you some facts as well too. And then your listener submissions, so that you can also like share your stories and have your stories heard. And that's so important, because so many people don't feel safe to share their weird stories because they feel they'll be ostracized or isolated, bullied as well too. Like, I don't know. But Kentucky Goblins was like top on my list.
And you got, because I remember when you brought that up, because at one time I think I was doing the show and it mentioned Tommy Knockers, and then you brought up Kentucky Goblins. I go, what are those? I've never heard of those.
Yeah.
So what else did we write down here?
Time travel.
Oh, definitely.
Because I had never seen that Berenstain Bears video.
I can pull that up.
Yeah.
I think I've shown it before, because the interesting thing about the Berenstain Bears video that I hadn't known before is that supposedly it was filmed live. And the premise of the video is this gentleman's in his apartment. There's some creepy picture that was on an opposite wall, and he was talking about he put it in on a different wall. And he goes, I don't know what's going on here. He said, as I'm walking out, like sort of, it looked like the living room, into the bedroom, you could literally see on the camera it changing from Berenstain Bears to Berenstain Bears. And what was interesting was this was live.
Yeah, that's the part that gets me. Like, it's kind of hard to manipulate something when you're doing it live, or like having all the right people to do it, and the technology to make that happen all at the same time, or yeah.
I gotta find it. Like I say, guys, normally we have this all loaded up and we well ahead of time. This was really last minute.
But we'll show it again. We can show it again as well too, right?
Oh yeah, that's true, because we got lots to talk about. And some of them have seen it, because I know I've shown it before, same as the hollow moon going back, just Contessa says maybe a time lapse.
We can show it again. Like, yeah, it's still fine. Yeah, let's play it. We're talking about it, might as well. And we can bring it back up again when we do the time show, the time travel mandala effect show.
Yes.
My hair is like all crazy. I jumped from a session right into like here.
We didn't even really plan it. And then we said, why not? Like, let's start it tonight, because we were planning on starting next week. And it's really, really exciting.
It's terribly exciting.
Some of the other things we had talked about, as I'm finding this, I love that the did you know
Banshees?
Oh, yes. Banshees. Do you want to say a little bit about that while I grab one?
I don't. Again, these are things that I've wanted to explore and deep dive. So banshees are definitely part of it, and the folklore attached to banshees. Definitely, skinwalkers were on our list as well too. Yes. And to me, skinwalkers are turning into like the buzzword, like demon.
Yes.
So,
yes.
You know, we're gonna tackle into that. Contessa Martin, I agree. So maybe a time lapse as far as the Berenstain video. So once we pull it up, you guys can let us know what your thoughts are around that. I am liking the did you know part as well too, and the structure that we're going to have with the show moving forward. And you know, tonight we're just gonna wing it, and then next week we'll have a little things.
Well, we always have lots to talk about,
yeah,
but
a little more polished.
This is literally at the last minute thinking about what we're going to tell you about the shows, but there's always spooky stuff. Like, you know what I came across? I don't know if I sent it to you or not. This was the most, I'm trying to find it too while I'm talking, you guys, if I seem a bit distracted, but it was somebody's trail cam. It is the clearest footage I have ever seen. They're labeling it a dog man. No distortion, super, super, super clear. You can see the eyes, the face, and then they must have had another cam for their back. You can see the whole back, not the full body, but the back from about the shoulders up. I've never seen it that clear.
Yeah. So our full moon nights and our full moon episodes, right? Our full moon segments. So Dogman and werewolves, full moon rituals and magic, dark side of the moon. We're going to, deep dive into all of those different things and
haunted amusement. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Karen.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Keep saying haunted amusement parks. Yep. Our friend Lisa Crick just went to one in the United States. I can't remember the name of it. Is it Shawnee? Shawnee?
Oh, I've heard that before. Shawnee. Okay.
She was just there as well too.
Wow, because we were talking.
Oh, that's so good, Contessa. I'm so glad, right? Contessa's sharing this. Feels like
her and I are so used to clicking buttons. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Feels like you were peeking at my want to talk about all this stuff list with all these topics. Perfect. And so that's kind of what felt right for us too. We had this huge list. Honestly, when I pulled my notes, look at.
Oh my gosh!
It's just pages of notes. So trying to be somewhat organized for today.
I was grabbing an empty book, and I had one perfect with planets and moons.
Yeah. So I say don't whistle at night? That was going to be about the don't whistle at night.
Yeah. The other thing that we said, and you brought this up, and I thought it was so amazing, vanishing hitchhikers and backpackers.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I got some theories. We're going to talk about them. There's some theories about that.
The same thing with police officers and things they catch on body cams.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Chris Watts house. Have you ever looked into that? And that was a tragic murder?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I know nothing about it.
Okay.
Okay, let's stay focused. Berenstain Bears.
Oh, I've got it there. Just saying, I'll add this one thing with the Chris Watts house.
Yep.
It was a tragic. He took the lives of his 7-month pregnant wife. There is on the one woman, a police officer, before they even knew what had happened, had gone in with the dog, and there's like a giggle or a squeak. There's no toy. There's nothing. The dog picked it up. There is so much paranormal that has been caught on police footage just at that one place.
Weird.
Okay, so
I want to do one. I want to do a segment about, which is interesting because your favorite YouTube paranormal investigative group has advertised that their show is going to be about one of the topics that, this coming Friday, they're going live, and about one of the topics that we had discussed about whether or not spirit can call us or message us. So
I've seen that.
Yeah. I have had clients that have had their loved ones call their telephone or text it even, where their name comes up and that phone is no longer even, in use, but it comes up. So yeah, having spirit call us or telephone us.
I've even had her name is Katrina and her best friend Rhodey, and they go all over the States doing paranormal investigations, and Katrina's a medium. And one particular place they were going, it was a well-known haunted bar almost with a lot of historical story behind it. And she showed on live, I remember, because she kept getting texted from the number there, but it was just a bunch of letters and her phone kept being called from there. There was no way for someone to do that, and it was happening.
I love it. And the clients that I have where that has happened, it was comforting to them. And if you are not a believer that any of that can happen, it sure puts you over the edge to okay.
Well, if you're
open to connection, right?
And John McKinnon says, wow, if you're okay with me sharing this, that, and I've mentioned it a few times on this show, that my youngest son passed away very unexpectedly in January 15th of this year. So Carrie Lynn, being the wonderful, loving person that she is, was looking, I guess, as the story goes, to just send me I think it was like a GIF or GIF that said hugs, right? Well, you tell the story, actually.
No. It's okay. You go. You can.
Okay. So I get this message, and it looks like it's a picture of a Google page, and all the GIFs on the page are GIFs. I'll call them GIFs. And then a little voice message, and then a big one. And it says, hugs, Justin. And what had happened was she was searching on Google for something that said hugs. And the first thing that came up was Justin.
It had Justin's name on it. It's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And he definitely has flicked lights here. I've heard in his voice, because it was that childlike voice. It's very child. His voice was very childlike. Hi, Carrie Lynn.
Yeah. He during a show. I think I told you that, and I told whoever was here. Yeah. It was during the Angel Rock a couple of weeks ago, and it was somebody I know quite well. It was Sonia Roy. I've had on before.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden, now you guys didn't hear it, but I did, because it was so loud, and I was trying not to giggle because I kept hearing, "Hi, Mom! Hi, Mom!" In that voice, right? I was so excited.
It's sweet, his voice. I'm just gonna get us shared out here.
Okay, I have our video for us for the Berenstain Bears whenever you'd like me to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like this guy's channel. I forget what his name is. He's got a YouTube channel, though, and he never really tells you what to think. He just shares strange things out there. So let me play it for you guys. This is about 57 minutes in. This isn't the Dogman, though. This is...
I hung this thing up. I bought it a long time ago. My cousin painted that picture. It used to be hanging over here. I've decided to move it over there and put this over here just for the hell of it. I'm only bringing this up because until I had done those two things, things were normal inside of this room right here. So it's the night I did this, just a couple nights ago, that really weird stuff started to happen in that room. And things, I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was seeing stuff. So I'm doing this video so you guys can see. And I'm going to show it to you live. This book, this is one of my nephew's books. show you, as I pass through this doorway, what happens, and it's fucking weird.
Sorry about the language,
All right.
guys. That was on the.
It happens when I get to
I think it's the only time you.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
I'd forgotten about that.
See it?
Watch. Oh, wait, I gotta move it down. Wait, guys,
Yep.
I gotta move it down.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Watch the Berenstain Bears. Watch.
Yeah.
I'll make it smaller, guys. Sorry. I'll back it up a little bit for you. I don't know where the.
I don't.
We're just gonna beep.
Yeah. Hang on. I will back it up for you. Actually, what I'll do is I'll mute it for you guys, just so you can see that better. I made it bigger so you guys could see it. That should be enough in. Okay. Because it's such a small little square. I'll try and make it bigger so that it doesn't cut it off, but not too much. Sorry, guys. He's just retelling his story here. Okay, so you're going to see on the book, as he goes through the doorway, it changes Berenstain, the second E, I think it is, Carrie Lynn?
Yeah, it goes Stein instead of Steen.
There, now you can see it.
Right there.
There.
And then he backs out. And then it goes to Stain.
And this was live.
Yeah.
That's a crazy part about it.
And it's like about a foot in or 2 feet in from the doorway.
Yeah, it was strange. It was very, very strange that this had happened. I was looking for that Dogman video because it was like I'd never seen one that clear before. Have you?
No.
No.
But again, all these topics are things that I have not deep dived into. It's just super curious and ready to deep dive into it. So that's why this is very exciting for me. And I've not had guests on Spirit Switchboard to talk about those topics yet. So it'll be fun for me to explore those.
I'm looking at some of the other topics we looked at. Let's see.
Mish, I had a son like that too, that thought things were a little bit of cow poo, and not wanting to get it. But he gets it now. He gets it now. Calls mom asking for advice and help now.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh my gosh. The other thing I was going to say, and I forgot to mention it, you guys, if you've noticed that we haven't said hi or seen what you're posting, I noticed that Facebook some places isn't. Actually, Carrie Lynn, we should put your page on here. Do you mind it? What one do you want me to add? I just realized that.
Oh, yeah, because I was going to share it. It doesn't, probably the public page.
Okay, public. Okay, give me a sec. We're going to take that off, remove. Anywhere else you want to put it? Okay, I think I found it. Yeah, there we go. Hang on. Sorry about that. I just realized it. This was really last minute. So,
Mish, eventually, maybe. You know what? My kiddo's like he'll be 32 this summer. My oldest one that gave me a little bit of pushback, and now it's a different place.
Okay, good.
He'll ask me to do energetic cord cutting and all that kind of fun stuff now as well too. And I think sometimes for some people they have to have their own personal experience, right? And then they're ready. And even if they aren't, that's okay too, because I think that's part of it, holding space for one another. Like we all bring something different to the table for a reason.
Absolutely. Like my kids grew up with the woo-woo, as I call it, but most of our kids, I think, when we do this kind of work, and never crammed it down their throats, but there was teachable moments, right? Or like you say, your eldest now will ask for some of these things. My eldest will message me, and I've always lovingly, not meanly, but joked with him that he's a hypochondriac. He's not. He's just anxious, worries, and he's a Cancer. He's emotional, right? You know, in a good way.
A feeler.
Thank you. That's a much better word, a feeler. So he'll message me just out of the blue and he'll say, Mom, I think I'm getting sick. Can you scan me? Can you please scan me? So it's so cute. Oh, I see Mish's comment there. Interesting. I'm still looking. I wish it, see, guys, like I
He's
said, we didn't.
26.
Go ahead, Caroline. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, Mrs. just adding into the conversation that maybe he'll be open-minded later. He's 26, did have a healing done, and it removed a lot of stuff, and he got a great job, but still poo-hoos it a bit. That's okay too. And honestly, you want open-minded skeptics. You want people who will be open-minded, compassionate, hold space for other people, but not need to be disrespectful if people don't agree.
Sonia, were your ears burning or ringing? Because I just literally mentioned your name like 10 minutes ago.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Did Sonia hear it?
Pardon?
Did Sonia hear the...
She didn't hear it because she was passing along a story. She goes, yes, big letters. She was telling a story. They had recently lost the matriarch of her family. Her aunt was a really big part. And I felt bad because I was trying not to smile when she was sharing this story. She understood. Oh, she said, yeah, she heard it in her psychic mind.
Perfect.
Okay, I got to turn the volume down on here. Okay, so I found the Dogman video. Give me one sec. This blew my mind. Now, this is from the channel. Actually, it's from Dogman Believable Evidence and Encounters, but it's actually from a TikToker, Maximum Fear, I think. And he posts some pretty interesting things. I'm just waiting for it to go through. I do it this way because if I open too many tabs, I find my internet seems to slow me, even though I have it at the fastest speed.
Right.
So we got you. Would you mind doing the station ID for me, please?
Oh.
Yeah.
So, and we get to use the new name. We get to use our name.
Yay!
Thank you, everybody, for being here. If you are just joining us, you are listening to Beneath the Hollow Moon on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans. I am one of your hosts, Carrie Lynn Shellhorn, and my co-host, Laura Lee Potvin, are going to be bringing you Beneath the Hollow Moon every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern. As part of the UPRN network, there is a large platform of shows for you guys. There's everything for everyone. We are also on some of the shows are on Rumble, Twitch, Roku. If you look up UFO Paranormal Radio, you will be able to find us in those places. So thank you for being here.
Yes. Well, this is our maiden voyage tonight. We got Jackie White. It looks like Heather Pontiac. Mel Willis is here. And we were going to start next week, but we decided you were free. Let's do it. Let's bite the bullet. Let's do it.
Yep. So Beneath the Hollow Moon. And we have lots of fun things. So again, if you're listening and just joining us, we had it all written out. So I'm just, if you've got a story that gives you the chills, things that you can't explain, a ghost story or high strangeness encounter, please reach out to us. Maybe, I don't know. Do you have an email that you are okay with? I can put an email up where you guys can send it to us.
If you're better at checking it, because you know what, I check it, but everything goes to that email. So I'm comfortable sharing it too. So is yours more like you'll see it if it comes in kind of thing right away? Okay, please do that.
Because next week we'll have it a little set up differently. We'll be ready for this. But, for tonight, we are going to every week read listener submission. with your ghost story, just to make you feel like you are also engaged and part of the show in a different way as well too. Because sometimes, when we get engrossed with a conversation, we miss some of the things that happen in the chat. We don't mean to, but some of the stuff we don't see either, right? Because the way that different platforms regulate, we don't always see all the comments that are there. So
And I apologize. I see your crew from the porch is popping in because, like I said, this literally was last minute, and so I'm so glad I thought about that. It finally hit me, and I added you guys. So thank you, everybody. You want to call them out, Carrie? Then they look like a lot are from your crew.
I will in just 1 second. I am just getting that banner typed out, so I can't see everybody.
Oh, do you want me to say hi to people then? While you're
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Heather Tretiak says hi. Jackie White's been here before. Hi. I called up Mel Willis. And you guys, I'm going to shout it out. They have their second Paracon here in Thunder Bay in October 2025. Do you know the web? Well, you can probably share it when you know, Carrie Lynn.
Yeah, the Lake Superior Paracon.com. And the early bird tickets are available now, October 16th through the 18th. And there's a really great lineup of speakers and events. There is going to be a Sasquatch expedition. There's all kinds of fun stuff. And I will be doing a gallery event. There's the Paranormal Investigation as well too. And I'm just about...
And I was just talking with Michelle before the show, and she had an idea that you and I have already had as well, but it depends on timing and when you arrive here. But hopefully, maybe we'll do the show live together, depending on timing and whatever. Just some ideas to throw out there. That's all. So, have Kathy.
So for those who are listening who can't see, what we've got running along the bottom of our screen, it's Carrie Lynn, KERRILYNN, Carrie Lynn, plural, Carrie Lynn's porch at gmail.com. So Carrie Lynn's porch at gmail.com with your submission, chilling story, ghost story, bizarre encounter, unexplainable encounter, things that made you go chill, a passed down story maybe your grandparent used to tell you, campfire story. Everybody's got a Girl Guide story.
Anything, yeah. And thank you for doing that, because that was part of it. And the other thing that we were both on the same page was because we were thinking we planned out kind of a theme, but we've got, let's see, who was that? Sorry, I didn't see it. If you wanted
Lori
to
Morrison, Amy. So hi, Lori. Thank you for being here. And I'm sorry, in my ADHDness and all the D's, I was working when you were in town, but I will respond. So you have my address, and hopefully we can connect when you're back in town again. See, Ross, it was nice to see you, and I will send the photo from the event that we just did together. Don Davis, thank you so much. Mal, is that? Oh,
that's right. I think it's maybe a C, right? Or is it supposed to be an X?
It's a Paracon.
Yeah. But thanks for sharing, Mal. So, there was something I was going to say. I don't know what it was. Probably not. My memory's still not working 100%. So shall we show the dog man? I haven't even shown you.
Yeah. I have not seen it before, so I'm open to talking about Dogman. Michelle has shared that there is a story about Dogman close to where I live. So that's something that I'll investigate a little bit further. So when we do the episode about the werewolves, cryptid, full moon creatures, that we can add that story into it as well too.
I had Julie Jean Bassett, who I always give a shout out, incredible animal communicator, animal healer, shamanic practitioner. I've also taken her animal communication course. She had told me about an acquaintance of hers who lives in Sedona. Thanks. Yeah, that's the right address, right? Mm-hmm. Anyways, his name is Tom Dongo. And now he's in his early 80s. I ended up being on a phone with him forever, but he's really big into talking about dogmen, UFOs, aliens, and things like that. Mm. Okay, you want me to pull it up? Oh, it's up. Never mind. Do you want me to play it? That's for one of those days today.
Bring on Dogman.
I promise you, last minute we did this. So this just become polished.
You're doing great.
Okay.
I appreciate that you are much faster at grabbing those videos. Normally like we said, we're just winging it tonight, and then next week we'll have our structure more in place and be ready for.
Emmy just decides randomly. She's never called. I have a German Shepherd. We both have bigger dogs, and she does this every show. She'll just hop up like to say hi to everybody. So she's here for some reason. She decided to pop in to say hi. Now she's going to sit down. Okay, let's play this. Hang on. Play. Oh, good. No volume. Hang on. I turned it down.
A trail camera deep in the forest in the winter. He set the camera up to capture wildlife and aid him in his hunts, which is what these cameras are usually used for. But instead of capturing normal, one day while he was looking back through his captures, this was seen.
That's the photo?
It's got really little eyes if you see it, like really little.
The motion and heat activated camera captured what looks to be a dogman, a mix between a dog and a human. The creature has dark, realistic fur with pointed ears and sharp, canine-like teeth.
I know, eh?
The photos are insanely clear, which is the main reason they landed on today's list.
That's from the back. The other
that.
I mean, we can see every single detail. This must have been a super high-quality trail camera.
Was it for a sec? You were going to say something. So
some of the clearest photos of a potential...
What were you saying? Sorry. Go ahead, and then I'll play the rest.
That picture is the one that makes me go, oh, the other one. Yeah,
almost looks fake.
Well, I don't know.
Don't you find when cameras seem to pick up, if whether you want to call it interdimensional or kind of cryptid type beings, there's a lot of distortion usually. Like even if the camera's stationary, it's almost like the energy is distortionary around it. Like that was so clear.
I want to know where the forest is. What forest? What, like, where was the hunter hunting? Where is the what area? General area?
I think they might have said at the beginning. Reading it, some of the nearest. It's from Maximum Fear. I think it's NYT. I think he said at the beginning. Do you want me to check just to see? Well, listen quick.
No,
quick.
We're good. Is there more photos? Or just those two?
Yeah, just those two. And
look how white his teeth were.
No.
I was like, I'm like, what's up with those teeth? But I don't know. Dogman scares me more than the idea of Dogman or going out or having that encounter scares me more than if I was to run into a Sasquatch. Dogman feels scary to me.
It feels
Sasquatch
terrifying.
does not. Yeah. But so potentially is that doctored with the first photo, but the second photo, that one was like, that looked, because it's so broad across and its chest is really big. And so my questions would be, how high up was that camera?
Yep.
How tall would that be? Those would be the questions that I have next.
And usually, okay, if we look at it from all sides, usually a trail camera, and I could be wrong, I know it can take pictures, but usually the newer ones, even with my own security cameras, they're always going, but they don't become activated until there's activity. And then it usually will capture a snippet of the video. Like it seems weird that there was just pictures too, right? Like, are these real? Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I bought a trail camera to take with me on paranormal investigations, and it snaps when there's movement, and it was like snapping pictures of our legs even when we were like trying to set it up because it was down low. So I don't know.
There's another video I saw that was really cool on Bizarre Bub, and it was in a
Dogman is scary.
It is, yeah. It was a nursing home, but apparently the second floor was abandoned. They were doing renovations and it was supposedly haunted. And somehow it looked like a thing of powder had been poured in front of this one doorway. And as they were up there starting to get to work, the workers, like they were staff from the other floor, you could tell they were almost wearing like cleaning, you know how housekeeping will wear almost like scrubs, right? And they were cleaning. And then they heard something that made a big noise. But you know what the really weird thing was? And they all booked it, right? Because they got scared. The powder, feet started appearing in the powder, like footprints.
So that's pretty old school stuff too, right? Like I think that's great if you put like powder on the like you've seen it investigating at bars. So the powder goes on the bar countertop. So if the glass moves over, then you can see that movement. So I think that's pretty cool stuff. There was somebody that I was seeing at for a very brief period of time, quite a while ago, who had a kiddo pass away tragically in an accident, and that person had handprints show up with like sand dust. You know what I mean? Like how sand has that bit of dust, but handprints on their wall on either side. So yeah, and it was like this person OCD, very very clean, structured, rigid with all of that kind of stuff, and they had these like sand handprints which was in alignment kind of with how the kiddo passed away.
Aww. Well, the only reason I held a little bit of credence with this was this looked like it was a security camera, and you could literally see. And again, I always say, right, and when I've said on air before, we have to be obviously cognizant of AI and deep fake and that kind of technology. Same as like with the dog men that I just showed. I have questions, right? Like we see it.
Oh yeah, I'm not discounting that one either. I would love for all of that to be real, and that's what we want. And that's where I find things get irritating, because everybody goes like, how come they can't get a clear photo? Then you get a clear photo, and then you want to go, well, now that's fake.
Looks too real.
It's too real. I get that way even with doing my own job. Like if you don't give enough evidential, then it's not good. You give too much evidential, then you have like cheated somehow. It's so crazy. So and looking at whatever those people's intentions are, if their intention is for data research and to further information, further research, then those questions and documentation and repetitiveness of that experiment needs to happen. If it is just a one-off random thing, then what do they have to gain about it? Do they have other videos that are one-off random? Then we can question that. If it is just about entertainment, then that's great. Bring on the entertainment so we can have a conversation about it. Let it just be entertaining. I love the entertaining, yep, that looks fake, but it's making me laugh and that brings me joy.
I agree.
Do more. Yeah.
Yeah. So
sorry for the rant, folks. Mish is asking, are Dogman and Bigfoot friends? I don't know if Dogman's friends with anybody.
I don't think they are.
I think they're rabid, feral. I think they're feral and scary.
Yeah, I would say yes to this question. Mish is asking, is there dogmen in snow, cold environments? What do you think?
I don't think. I try hard not to think sometimes. Thinking can be challenging.
I think there are. I
would say yes, potentially. Why not? And I honestly don't know too much about them yet, because that's going to be a segment we're going to do later. So I haven't had the time to try to ask people or research or figure it out. Even just leaning in on myself, like for myself, and asking my guides to show me the what's up. Can we like lean in? If we can lean in intuitively and tap in like remote viewing and all that kind of stuff, can you tap in with the Dogman the same as you can with Bigfoot? People tap in and have telepathic communications with Bigfoot. Is it possible to do that with a cryptid that's feral, like a Dogman?
I gotta ask, and I know Tom's not the be all to the end all, but he also, remember when you had Maureen St. Germain on and how lovely she was? Well,
Mhm.
Tom's friends with Maureen, and they used to teach remote viewing together. He's a
Mm.
natural remote viewer and has done it since childhood. We can all be taught to do it, but he
I
just
love remote viewing.
Mhm. So I
Mhm.
want to ask him, because he does look at dogmen, just his thoughts. Have you been able to telepathically communicate or say through remote viewing or whatever that might be?
So our animal intuitive communicators,
Oh,
Julie
sorry.
Jean Bassett.
Mhm.
Do you have thoughts about that, Julie Jean? Like, if we can tap into our cats, our dogs, our elephants, pets, our bumblebees and spiders, like we can tap into, look at this crazy hair I got going on.
It looks
Then
fine.
couldn't we tap into like Dogman as well too, if they were wanting to?
Look at how dark my room looks. I have lights on. I've got a light on over here. And now
Oh
as
my
I put
gosh.
my head up against light.
So it's so funny, folks, because we originally, like when we talked about what we were going to, our first segment was going to look like, we had talked about having as a promo for us, having the lights down low with a flashlight underneath our chins so that we could make it all spooky, creepy, like we're sitting around, at nighttime around the campfire, because that's the vibe we want, like the campfire stories and down the trail through the moonlit wooded path at night. This is the story that we're going to, start connecting in with. And yeah, so I hope that you guys look forward or mark your notification buttons and follow us so that you can be part of the stories as well too, and the journey with us every Thursday.
And we'd love to hear your thoughts on, what have you always wondered about? What
Yeah.
would you like us to dig into and take a
Mhm.
look at?
Mhm.
Right?
The Alaska Triangle.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
No, I don't
The
know.
Alaskan Killer Bigfoot. Now, if anybody's got a connection, because I know Michelle sent me a connection and I have reached out a couple times to a few people, but I was emotionally invested in that show and journey and the Alaskan Killer Bigfoot. And I would like to deep dive into that too.
I've looked into that because, but then again, talking about it many times before, we have a yin yang with energy. What did you want to say? What are you laughing
Oh
at?
no, I missed it. Just wait. Sorry. I think we should all try. Maybe we should all try at the same time together. What would that be like if we set the intention on, we can look ahead and see when our full moon closest be to when we're doing the show, and maybe we can all do that during the show. Michael John!
Hi, Michael John. I met Michael John. I like Michael John too.
Michael John, I adore you in every way, just so you know. Fangirling. So Michael John, oh my God, Michael John of all the things. Wrestling, paranormal investigator. Your book is on my bookshelf. So author, please, Michael John, Fairy, right? I probably killing that. Remote viewing, say Dogman, what it is, they see you, they're watching. Sorry, just joining now. If you spoke, we didn't. So, and I know that Dogman is your thing, so you can let us know. And Sonia Ray also was sharing, depends if you assume they are conscious, they might block communication where animals are open. So the show kind of got put together last minute, Michael
Last
John,
minute.
and
Mhm.
yeah, I'm running on. Do you want to see what's in my like? I'll show you guys what because I did sessions today too, and I didn't stop, let the dogs go pee. Then I ran to come on the show, and these were my choices that I had for dinner in my desk.
I haven't even eaten yet.
No, neither. I got Tums and chocolate. That's what we're running on right now.
I'll cover up my name, but I'm running on energy drinks. I haven't even
Oh my
eaten.
Lanta.
So
So,
Julie wants
folks,
to know about the remote, or about the Alaska. I think she said Alaskan Triangle. Is that what she said? Yeah, about the Alaskan Triangle.
um, Okay, I just want to make sure that I do this really quick, folks. Michael John's book is his stories and his experiences with the paranormal and the unexplained and all things creepy and everything else. So, yeah, please check it out. The Alaskan Triangle. So it's like the Bermuda Triangle, where all kinds of strange things happen. From
I never heard it before either.
Really? Oh yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. There's this whole little section that's got some weird stuff to it, from cryptids, UFOs, is it portals, and you name it. It's just got like, there's weird, but in this concentrated area.
But Thunder Bay too,
Yeah.
where I am, we're both Canadians, even though we're broadcasting from out of New Orleans. We have weird stuff here. Like really weird. Like I have filmed, I didn't show it, but there was a lot of activity in the sky last weekend. Like Julie's experienced it with me, Julie Jean Bassett. I think it was a November full moon. She was asking me something about it, and I suggested maybe video it. And as I was videoing it, I'm voice messaging her, and I'm going,
Oh,
holy cow, I gotta get back to you. And I found that was really weird.
I think you sent me those.
Mm-hmm.
I think you sent me that. I agree. Alaska is mysterious, for sure. Anywhere up there, right? Northern. What did they call it? Above the 49? Is that what it's like?
I've heard that.
Above the 49?
There is
or the lower 49? Please, folks, help me out.
There was a
Blind Frog Ranch. Yes.
I've never heard of that. I'm writing that down.
How could you not have heard that?
I haven't.
Mish, yes, I am with you on Blind Frog Ranch. So I think like there's a line with Blind Frog Ranch too, though, where it felt a little entertainment-ish, but where they've moved that forward feels different. And I agree. So Blind Frog Ranch is in this sort of same section as Skinwalker Ranch in Utah. And they
How
have
could I not have heard of it, Mish? You're right.
Yeah. And they have all of the same weird experiences going on but they don't have like animals necessary, but they have had animal mutilations happen. And there's caverns and indigenous background as well too. And all of the weird things happen there.
Interesting. Should we read that? That's an interesting comment.
Mm-hmm.
Want me to highlight it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I don't know if I'm going to say your name right or not. Chrissy or X-Rissy. They said, I filmed a video of a sunrise in Cuba a few weeks ago. And when I rewatched it, you can see a little green orb flying around. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. And making sure, though, like that orb is doing something weird that's not moving with so that's not a lens flare, right?
That's what happened to Julie and I. And I don't think Julie said she remembered. So she sent me a picture and she goes, is this a lens flare? What do you think? And so I showed it to whom I live with, and right away, lens flare. I go, I thought lens flares were white. So I went outside and I was filming the full moon as Julie was. And I was messaging her back going, definitely a lens flare. And that's when I caught the red zippity doo all over.
Yeah. and I because my brain and my tongue just don't always jive well when I go to pronounce things. So if I'm mucking it up, just know I'm probably going to muck things up a lot. Chrissy.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe in orbs, and I do believe that they can show up in photos as well too. And I do believe there's some great captures of orbs. I know that I have two for sure. So, maybe we could do an orb night. And if you feel comfortable, there's the email along the bottom. Send me your story along with it and your photo, and we could have an orb night. We could just talk about orbs if you don't mind sharing that and having a little bit of the story along with it as well too.
I want to go back to Michelle Wilfong. I think she had shared that she's got earbuds in and she's potty training
Her
in her
puppy.
puppy. So welcome to the new fur baby. I wanted to say hi, Kasoon. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
He's over in
Hi,
Sri Lanka.
Kasoon.
So it's like the middle of the night over there. So thank you for joining us. So, or you know what I would love to do, because you are like so much more well versed than I am. I got my first. It's kind of like the Virgin's. Actually, it's nowhere near what you've got. You've got so many.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
So I think that we're going to do that one night as well too. That we're going to do some live spirit communication with you guys. Spirit box, the dowsing rods. We could talk about scrying as well too.
That doesn't get talked about enough. Scrying.
I love scrying. Love scrying. I do the scrying. It was interesting because on the intuitive development group, not that I was trying to pitch that, but that's where I was doing it. I'll do live seances every once in a while, not as frequently as I used to. But I bought this beautiful scrying mirror. Actually, you can see it. Look, right there behind me.
Oh,
by the door. So that scrying mirror, and people messaged after saying that it was creepy. Like they were more on edge when I was doing the scrying than when I've used the spirit board or the pendulum or the channeling. That the scrying was a lot for them. And what I did, because I had never really done that live before, the scrying. And so I set the timer and I set it up really loud just in case I went under trance too much and I couldn't pull myself out, so that I could be in charge of whatever was coming through, right? Oh, and Enfield Haunting, thank you so much for being here.
Hi, welcome.
Yeah, folks, the 1771 Enfield House was guest on Spirit Switchboard last week. Week before. So please check out their website, and they have their Facebook page, because I'm not sure, Mackenzie, if the website is up, but Mackenzie is 18 and she is working on 18. Her and her twin sister Courtney are twins, 18. And anyway, Mackenzie is working really hard and making her own t-shirts and stuff for so please support them and give them a follow and maybe buy some merch.
So that's so cool. So Vanessa Burwell says, I would love to learn more of scrying.
Okay, I'm gonna jot her down now.
Good. I'll write that down too. Now, Michelle Wilfong says, this is going to be such a great platform. We're really excited about it. Very.
Yeah. And Michelle, so Michelle Wilfong has her own TikTok channel as well too, called My Haunted Apartment. But if you have orb pictures that you wouldn't mind letting us, maybe on an orb show, we could show those here.
She's also my mod on TikTok. Normally I stream the shows from TikTok. They've got me restricted. I don't have any strikes or anything. Right. So I will get it back. I will. And hopefully, because she does such a great job moderating. You guys check out her videos too on TikTok. She catches some pretty weird, strange stuff. Definitely. Everybody's talking about coffee.
I can't have coffee late at night. I can drink a cup, not late at night. I have so everybody sees me posting with my coffee cups in the morning, right? So my morning porch coffee that I have all the time. And it's really it's not necessarily about the coffee.
Oh, Grant's here too. Sorry, go ahead.
The routine of it. Oh, hi, Grant.
Hi, Grant.
Yeah, it can be very unnerving. And that's what happened when I was doing it live, was people could see because it was very dark in here. So darker than dark. And then you could see the shadows, which are darker than the dark, moving behind me. And I know, So I'm facing that direction. The mirror is directly in front of me. So if I'm live at all, and my curtains are open, people will ask me like, "Yeah, I just saw a shadow," but it's just cars. It's not anything else, just a car.
I've
But
asked you that when we've
way,
been talking. Remember, I've asked
yeah,
you. I haven't
yeah.
assumed, but I've seen something moving and asked you. I'm noticing
Mhm,
something on your back wall. Hmm.
mhm. But I really enjoy scrying. So
I
we
don't
can
know how
totally talk
much.
about scrying. We
What,
can try to.
what
I'll maneuver and play with how to set up the camera, and we can see what happens.
I know what it is, and I've done a bit of it, but I'm going to be learning from you. You're going to, when we do this live, because that's not my main form of communication, but maybe it will be after we do it live.
Well, this is about playing and exploring and pushing the comfort zones, right? Like,
Hmm.
and in a safe space, as well too. Yes, scrying in
Yes.
fire, water,
Water,
as well
yes.
too.
Smoke.
Smoke, yeah, smoke. So
Yeah.
scrying in crystals,
Hmm.
going into crystals and scrying within the energy of the crystals.
Hmm. I remember when I was taking my Crystal Reiki certification, the person that was teaching had pulled out a very clear crystal, and they were talking about that they used, like, they did crystal reiki all day long, so different clients would keep coming in, and this
Right.
crystal in particular would start to show who might show up for the mediumship reading, or somebody energetically
Oh,
accompanying the person that was there. And she showed us this live, like while we were in class, because we kind of focused, and I believe it was somebody's
right.
guide, it was somebody that was with her, and you could see right in the crystal. Is mind blowing. Hmm.
Julie Jean, when you do your scrying, what do you use? A black mirror, regular mirror, crystal? What do you feel pulled? What's your preference? Vanessa, crystals in particular? Um, I think it just, I don't think it matters any
I
particular
don't think it
crystal.
does
Like,
either. Mm-mm.
so the crystal that I have, and again, we're going to end up doing a show about it. I can't reach it right now, but the crystal that I have has a key in it, so it's notched out and has a key.
Okay.
So whenever I've used that crystal, which is an amethyst crystal, it's like going inside the key. So it's
Wow.
all notched and then going inside the key. So scrying is kind of, those old, well, they're not old, like posters with the images that are within, so you have to relax your eyes and see what the image is, almost like squint to go blurry and relax. So scrying is just getting into that non-thinking meditative state and allowing images to present themselves.
Mhm.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
I never saw Game. Oh, actually, I'm glad Kasun is here. So I'd never seen Game of Thrones,
Mm,
and so I binge watched it about a month ago. And you were
mm.
so right. I had heard that about the ending, Kasun. So thanks for the warning. But yes, I did, and I am positive I lived back in that time. Did you find yourself in feeling any pull like you? Oh,
Well, just yes, there's lots of it that I feel pulled to, especially with all of the dragon stuff, right?
dragons.
And
That's what I was just
the
gonna say.
dimensional stuff with the dragons for sure. But
Yeah.
the red witch and seeing into the fire and scrying into the fire, is kind of where I was going with that. And I think a lot of us, right? Like we watch a campfire and we just relax and we get into that non-thinking space, and then all of a sudden we're seeing shapes in the fire flame, and we're seeing imagery in the smoke. So
I have a
we're
question for you, or anybody that just came to me that's watched Game of Thrones or familiar with it. Who do you think the Lord of Light was with the Red Witch? And there were certain followers of that. What was your? Because I don't have an answer. I'm
oh
just curious.
who I feel the Lord of Light was.
Mhm.
I don't know. I
You
hadn't
don't
thought
know
about
either,
that.
right?
I hadn't
I
thought about who the Lord of Light was.
I have really thought about it, because to me, even though it had a positive name, it almost felt like they were making deals with that side to get the outcome that they wanted, including, without any spoilers, but the loss of life, like offering it to the Lord of Light. So I was just interested.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it. I even read the books, which are like,
I haven't read
each
them.
one is like a doorstop.
Oh, really?
They're huge.
Huge. Actually, my partner sent me, and I thought it was a joke because he's in love with this polka band. I call her Holy Moly. I'm sorry, but it reminds me of Austin Powers with the mole when he kept going moly, moly, moly. And they're all dressed. She's dressed with a large chest in the October uniform. She doesn't have a bad voice, but that's all I can see. And her band in the background is dressed in the Oktoberfest outfits, sitting in the back. They look like zombies, but she's singing Sweet Child of Mine in polka. I just can't get into it. But he actually sent me, it was about 7.5 minutes long, and it was a whole bunch of guitarists from major rock bands doing the Game of Thrones. It was epic.
Fun. I saw, I don't know where it was, but it was a guitar that was a Ouija board. So this part was the Ouija board. So yeah.
Oh, Grant's got a point.
Their main deity, kind of like Zeus or Odin. They oppose the darkness of the White Walkers and eternal death. Grant, you are like a walking encyclopedia. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Because they did sacrifice people to the Lord of Light. So that's
I couldn't handle that. That was bad. That was a hard one. I felt like it's a main deity.
And then the dragons. Like, I was just in love with the dragons. In love, connected. Oh, you are incredible.
I enjoy.
Sorry about Grant, what he said. But go ahead with about Connie. Sorry.
Through the fire comes rebirth. Yeah.
The Phoenix. So you put up that Connie says she loves flame gazing.
So again, just the same thing.
Everybody's loving
dragons. So we should do a segment about dragons as well too.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah, show ideas, guys. If you have something that you would like us, like we said, we've got about almost 2 months worth of shows and the things that we are going to do closer to the full moon as well too, those special segments. And again, I know that it's along the bottom, but it's Carrie Lynn's, plural, KERRILYNNS, porch @gmail.com with your creepy story, unexplainable story, a ghost encounter, something that you would like to share that we could read online. Please let us, send that in, and we may choose yours to read on the next one.
You know what else I'd love to know about? Gin, too, because I know a bit about it. But there are certain YouTubers that have done this live that live in the Middle East. And again, did they deep fake it? Did they not? But there is this black shape of something playing hide and seek. I remember one time one gentleman went in. They don't speak English, but he usually has closed captioning on so we can understand. And he went into this cupboard and he pulled out this piece of paper. There was a bunch of paper. He was exploring and it was abandoned supposedly and haunted. That thing lit on fire. He had to drop it. And again, this was from a live session.
That's weird.
That's
a little weird.
Okay. Shall we explain again for people?
Thank you for being here, Kassin. So it's a whole new show starting with our network. So UPRN is always bringing on new shows. Laura Lee and I had been talking about doing a show together, and we were waiting for an opportunity for a time slot to open up for us with UPRN. And so this is what's happening. So the show is called Beneath the Hollow Moon. And So it's a whole new show, and we are co-hosting together Beneath the Hollow Moon.
And the other thing, if you're able to, Kassoon, because there's always a replay on our Facebook, YouTube, if you can't go back to the beginning, you'll be able to hear a little bit more about it, including that we pulled up, Carrie did the best graphic. Mine was so bad.
I'll put it up again. I'll put it up again. See if it's still there.
Mm-hmm. So tonight is the maiden voyage that we planned like 5 minutes before I went live. So
yeah,
we just did it like at the drop of a hat to do together, because we said, why not? We were going to start next week. And so we did. So that's why if we're pulling stuff up or looking for it, we hadn't quite planned it. But
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thanks for being patient, everybody. Oh, Wojo, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. So it is Beneath the Hollow Moon, new show on Thursdays. We still have our regular shows, Laura Lee on Monday with the Angel Rock, and me tomorrow night with Spirit Switchboard. So thank you for showing up, and for anybody that is not heard me talk about my friend Steven. He is part of the Boots on the Ground team with Bigfoot Banter with Richie B on Saturdays. Well, more than just Saturdays. So you can follow along on their Sasquatch journey, and it's incredible. And their friend Brandy was just on. So Ghost Girl, she was just on with them as well too. And they've got some evidence they're going to be sharing on Saturday night.
I like Ghost Girl. I've seen some of her stuff before. I like it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I have to find it all over again, folks.
So do I. So you go ahead. I just like, that's why I throw it on Messenger. I know it's not the best way, but it's easier because I find when I open tabs, it seems to close, like really slow down the computer. So okay, hang on. We'll get it there. Go there. Go there.
I just had closed it off. But
Sonia says, if you're doing dragons, I want in. Sonia Roy, she sent me a message.
We are totally doing dragons. And again, I think that people don't necessarily realize when you were born, so everyone's okay with saying that when we're born, we have guardian angels, that they stay with us forever, right? And we have spirit guides that will stay with us forever. But you also were born with a dragon guide, and you were born with a unicorn guide. You have those as guides from the time that you were born. So you need to be open-minded to that.
I have the bad one. Do you want me to pull the bad one up? Hi, Heather Donatovich is here. And Sonia Royd says, I am a dragon hybrid, so I have interesting things to share. Interesting. Save some of those for because she comes on every couple times a year on my show, and we haven't talked about dragons yet either. So,
okay, here we go, folks.
You want to do it first, and then I'll show you the bad one I did without knowing how to do it.
It just cracked me up so much. It was so funny, just because it felt very real.
Mine was bad. Yours was good.
No, it's all good. Anything that makes me laugh, I'm up for.
We couldn't stop laughing. So, purple hair.
So Beneath the Hollow Moon. And we do have, our background that we'll put up, and our concept is like those, ghost stories, unexplainable, high strangeness stuff that we would tell around a campfire. So, Beneath the Hollow Moon has its own conspiracy, dark side of the moon. We are going to have a moon theme segment closest to the full moon as possible every month as well too. And we would like you to be part of like, we appreciate being in the chat, right? But we would also like you to send in your submission with any of those kind of stories so we can read your submission on air. And we're going to talk about our theme for each week. We will talk about, maybe some theories and get your ideas about why that's potentially something that's happening. And a did you know part, give you some facts for you guys to sit with as well too, and your submissions. Like we have a lot of really fun things in mind.
Absolutely. So when it happened, I don't know how to use AI. So I took a really beautiful picture of Carrie Lynn and one of myself. And I thought, oh, this will be great. You okay with me closing that one, Carrie Lynn, so I can pull up the
Oh,
other
yeah,
one?
yeah. Sorry, I forgot to get rid of it.
No, it's okay. What is it doing? It's editing your name. I don't know why. I think you might have to boot it because I added it. Or you added
Okay.
it. So, Heather says she found 4 unicorns. So anyways, I took this beautiful picture of Carrie Lynn. No glasses, by the way. And one of myself, and just describe, please, put something spooky, beneath the hollow moon and a spooky vibe around the campfire. This is how bad what came out. It's bad. It's bad.
It's not bad.
Carrie
But it was
Lynn
pretty funny.
Yeah, it's funny. She did much better. I don't know. Is it coming? No, it's not. Hang on. Okay. After the stage. Okay, I'll make it bigger so you guys can see it because it's bad. So beneath the hollow moon's there. I got to make it. Like, look at this. Like, I look like I'm super. It's just so, it aged us like how many years? And you look like you're like, oh, wow. And I'm looking at you like, girl, are you serious?
So everybody needs to remember this. Maybe screenshot it, because at some point we're going to do a side by side when that happens in reality. Because I guarantee you that's going to happen.
Oh my gosh. So, hi, Michelle Plummer. Nice to see you.
Michelle.
Yes. So I just thought I'd try it. And believe me, it's kind of cool the way we work. Some things that I may not be good at, you're really good at, and vice versa. So it kind of balances out. So it's kind of nice. So,
well, we're not. Yeah, we can't all be.
Yes. Yes. Michelle's
everything.
laughing her butt off. Cindy, too.
Thanks for, hi, Cindy.
Yeah. So we knew you guys would be excited. So we appreciate your patience with us too, because like I said, we literally pulled this out of our butts. Not quite, but like 5 minutes before, because you were free and we were going to start next week. And we said, why not? We'll just tell everybody about it. Get the creative juices flowing. Hello, Rhonda Harris. Aw, so nice to see you here. So we said, let's do the maiden voyage tonight. Off the top. Yes.
Rhonda, we were talking about you earlier, so your ears may have been tingling a wee bit as well too. And it's very nice to see you here.
Yes, and we're glad you're here. You get to see us every Thursday here now, you guys, and we would love to have you all here with us. Otherwise, we just talk about the weird and the strange ourselves, but you guys always add so much to it.
Yeah. And so next week we're going to talk about the hollow moon, right? We're going to start with the hollow moon. And if you guys have any thoughts or theories or stories about the hollow moon, let us know. Send in an email or join us in the chat.
Let us know. What do you guys think? Do you think the moon is hollow? Like, what do you think it is? There's a lot of theories out there.
I mentioned it to my friend Carrie, and she looked at me like I had 8 heads because she knew about it and I didn't. I'm like, Swiss cheese. That was what I said, Michelle. Michelle Plummer said Swiss cheese. Agreed. That's what I said.
Okay, Kasoon, exactly. The moon ringing like a bell. That apparently has happened. And for a very long period of time, like sustained, like not just ding-a-ling-a-ling and that's it. There is information out there. And then I was talking to you about the dark side of the moon too, right?
Yeah,
there's songs.
Nothing about it.
Lots of
Hi,
stuff.
Susie Davidson.
And Jody. Hi, Jody. Jody's over in Australia. Glad you tuned in. She goes, loving your show. Well, we're just loving you guys all tuning in too. So Sonia has shared that she believes the Earth is hollow. So why could not the moon have its own in-ground
In-ground
something?
something.
Hmm. Hmm. Where did it come from if it is hollow? And
Wow.
I've heard even, is it made of a certain type of almost super metal's not the right word, but something off world in the way that it was brought here. Mhm.
So that was something, Kasumli, like that I was thinking about as well too, like the things, the imagery, like the weird image pictures that have been of the moon, right? Like things discovered on the moon, the weird imagery and the weird pictures.
You
So,
know what that
or
just reminded
structures.
me of? And I promised you, I remember I was telling you about my friend Augie Nost. He has Broadcast Team Alpha, and they've made him and his co host Nori have made 3 videos about 5 years ago. Strange things on Earth. And they tell you where the photos come from, what the theories are.
Right.
Strange things photographed on Mars. And the one that's really good is strange things captured on the moon. And Augie
Mm-hmm.
gets into the longitude, latitude, how long they figure, how big it is. It is fascinating. I gotta pull that one out.
Yeah. So beneath the hollow moon, folks,
Mhm.
we'll be deep diving into all kinds of things.
Yes. So you guys, because I think Michelle's coming up after us, isn't she? Michelle DeRoche?
Mm.
Second night of the Outer Realm, you guys. So this is how fast this flew by, and it's going to fly by quick. So you guys want to stay tuned, please, to join Michelle DeRoche. She was in here earlier cheering us on, and she's up for the next 2 hours. So absolutely. So
We're still good though. Do we not have a little bit of time? I think we're not. Do we have to close down now?
you know what I do, though? I always kind of throw it in there. I don't know about you. Like, have you? Maybe I'm wrong, but I always find when I'm watching a show, like if it's regular and it's live, you know that they're kind of getting towards the end. So I thought I'll throw it in there about.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And but it depends. Sometimes I feel, when you have a guest that is sharing, it's sometimes very hard to redirect that and close it down fast.
Mhm. We will
And
find
it's exciting, and we love it though.
this was our and again, I forget always. I have a little bit of a delay on my computer. I think because where I'm broadcasting from, even though the router is right below me, there's concrete walls in the townhouse. So I got to be cognizant of that to remember there's a pause. And then, like I say, we're super excited about this. We have so many ideas coming up, you guys, and can't wait to hear your
Haunted
thoughts.
roads, haunted bridges.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. You brought that up.
How,
Yeah.
why, theories. Did you know how
Even
many?
even Ouija getting into that. And I understand that some people may not have a good feeling about it, but because both of us said almost at the same time, even getting into the history of where does this legend and lore of different places come in? Like, why are they known for certain things? Like, why could it? There's so many things to look at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A deep
Absolutely.
dive into it. And I would like to do a segment about the entertainment part of
Okay.
paranormal videos and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Oh, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And, Rhonda says, I'm excited for you both. This is going to be amazing. And
Thank
Susie,
you, Rhonda.
thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, it's going to be brilliant.
Yes. Can you see Michelle Plummer's?
This will be my adult version of In Search of.
Yes. With a little side of Cadbury Easter eggs and tongues.
Do you know what I'm hooked on right now? Speaking of Cadbury, have you ever had it? Well, you probably had them, but I don't think they're in the US. They're caramel bars, but they're salted caramel.
Oh, I love those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds yummy. I like them cold. like when they've been in the fridge. So
I've never tried that.
But with the Cadbury mini eggs, I hold them till they're warm,
Okay.
and then so they're all melty in my mouth. I don't like
Oh,
the
if you're talking about the eggs, yes, I have tried them cold and I have tried them melty too, both of them. Yes. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I like them melty.
Oh, Kasoon,
Thanks for
you.
the
Go ahead.
yeah, thank you. Or I was just gonna say thank you for the support. We feel pretty excited about it as well too. And yeah, so watch for the posts and the promotions.
That's all I was going to say. Kasoon added. We need to be in sync beneath the hull. Well, we have some things that are going to go with that Carrie Lynn has come up with that are so cool, like spooky vibe kind of things, some hashtags, and all kinds of things. So
yeah, some intros and outros for our show as well too, and you know, over the next week, all of that stuff. Freezer chocolate is the best. You know what, Grant? Not only is freezer chocolate the best, but freezer maple syrup. Anybody else put maple syrup in their freezer?
Yeah, but
that
comes from
Quebec. Will take a tug right off the jug or a spoonful of it. So good.
Yeah, but from Quebec, the sugaring, right? Like when they take it and they boil down the sap, and then that's a tradition from way back in the day where they would actually take the freshly, I don't want to say milled, created maple syrup, and then they would put it on the snow. So it's not quite in the freezer, but it's cold outside, and it would be exactly, I can imagine what you're sharing. Mm-hmm.
My kids would get frustrated with me, like, stop taking a tug off the jug. Because I would like take it out of the freezer and just like needed a little bit of sugar something. But I can't keep like the maple syrup in my desk drawer like I do the chocolate.
Lisa, I am concerned about you. If I were you, and I haven't forgotten that I made you a promise. Just believe it or not, I'm still fighting. I'm now calling it the 1,000-day plague, jokingly. But if you are having banging on your window and you're afraid, I would definitely call the authorities. You know what? It can't hurt, just in case you're concerned. Mm-hmm. Sending out big hugs and protection for you as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she said thank you. It was quite bold, whoever it was. I would still call, just as a suggestion. When you, Carrie Lynn, just to peace of mind. Mm-hmm. Oh, Julie Krause said I came in at the right time. Chocolate.
Hi, Julie.
Mm-hmm. Well, this was so fast. It just flew by. Absolutely. Like we've only got a minute or two left, and you guys, this is gonna be so much fun. Come in. You're here for the maiden voyage, and it's going to be quite a ride.
Yeah. So next week, Halloween, folks. We're going to talk about Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to find all of my stuff, but you know, we'll be more.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we did too bad. Literally, we pulled this out like in 5 minutes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So we'll have to have a tagline or whatever. Oh, hi, Gall. She says she loves us. Oh, Ryan C. Jones. Hello.
Thank you, Ryan and Heidi. Thank you for showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So, yeah, Beneath the Hollow Moon, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Heidi says she's had surgery today, home and hurting, sending healing and hugs. And I hope you heal very quickly. Oh, she says she missed us. Well, you won't miss us because we're doing it every Thursday now. But thank you.
Mm-hmm. Every Thursday.
Mm-hmm. So do you want me to push the button? Do you want to push the button? Because we both know how to work the buttons.
Okay, so I'm just going to do this one more time really quick, and I'm going to read it so that it sounds better. So if you got a story that gives you chills, strange encounter you can't explain, we want to hear it. Send your true tales of the weird and the unexplainable, your story, to us at carrielinsporch@gmail.com so that we can read your listener submission next week on our show.
Absolutely. And we can't wait. This has been Beneath the Hollow Moon, and this is the new show that's going to be in this time slot from 7 to 9 p.m. I'm also going to remind you, Michelle DeRoche is coming up with the second night of the Outer Realm right after this, and she was here earlier, and she says we have all kinds of new and wonderful content coming for you guys. So thank you. Thank you, Carrie Lynn, for jumping in at the last minute.
Thanks, Shirley. Have a good week, everybody.
Don't forget to tune in for your show tomorrow night, too.
Oh, yes. So tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Spirit Switchboard. And please.
And the Angel Rock Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chris Tucker is coming back for another visit to continue the story. So.
And I have Joni from the Riff Nation. So Joni Templeton Skinner. So talking astrology and all of this historical astrological events that you can be prepared for that's coming up for the year of 2025.
Ooh, I told you I set my alarm the last time when you had Varla on, and I need to do it because it just gets crazy busy, right? And happy Easter to anybody who celebrates out there this weekend.
Yeah.
Super. On our way. We love you.
Good
We'll
night.
see you next week. Okay. Be good. Do you want me to hit the button?
Yeah, you hit the button.
Okay, I'll hit the button. Hang